Browns star Myles Garrett can set the tone early in DPOY race. Cleveland Browns star Myles Garrett has a prime opportunity to make an early statement in his quest for a second consecutive Defensive Player of the Year award. Garrett and the Browns are kicking off Week 1 with a bang, taking on the Dallas Cowboys in a marquee matchup. But the real showdown? Garrett versus Micah Parsons. Two of the NFL's top defensive playmakers will be going head-to-head on the same field. "No doubt I'll be watching," Parsons, Garrett said of the Cowboys' star pass rusher. "He's a hell of a player, and if he busts out a move, I might take it during the game and use it myself. But it's not a matter of one-upmanship. I'm worried about how we can control the game and dominate the line of scrimmage when we're on the field. But while they're out there, going to be rooting for the offense, but paying attention to what they're doing, see if I can help the tackles or the guards based off what I'm seeing from them, what they're getting from him individually and studying him and his game in first person." Garrett and Parsons are two of the most impactful defensive players in the league. Garrett, the number 1 overall pick in 2017, has 88.5 career sacks in 100 games. Parsons has had a similar trajectory, notching 40.5 sacks in 50 games. Myles Garrett ready to duke it out with Micah Parsons. Since entering the league, Parsons has consistently finished as a top 3 vote-getter for Defensive Player of the Year, and Garrett knows he's eager to claim the award. I'd hope he wants to win. He's a hell of a competitor. He's a great athlete and a great advocate for this game. So I want that kind of confidence from him striving for greatness. I wouldn't want him to say anything else. That makes me know that he's going to give 100% and, duke it out. Let's see what happens. But it's not me playing against Micah, it's our teams playing each other, and at the end of the day, hope he does well, just not Sunday." The respect is mutual between Garrett and Parsons. Garrett is one of my favorite rushers. Him and, the Raiders, Max Crosby, are two guys that are so freaking gifted. "It's gonna be exciting to play against him," Parsons said of Garrett, via the Cowboys website. "He's one of the more relentless. Pressure will be aplenty with shaky offensive tackle situations. Both Parsons and Garrett will have juicy matchups to work against as they look to get an early edge in the sack race." The Browns will be missing former first-round pick Jedrick Wills Jr., who has 53 starts and left tackle since entering the league in 2020. Cleveland may move right tackle Jack Conklin to the left side, a position he hasn't played since college. Conklin is returning from a serious knee injury that limited him to just 1 game last season. James Hudson III is the other option for Cleveland. Garrett will be matched up against Cowboys rookie offensive tackle Tyler Guyton. "It's a new challenge," Garrett said. "Just as the league is new to him, he's new to us. We've got to prepare for what he brings to the game and the uniqueness that he provides. But his skill set, as well as his attributes being a taller guy, being a little bit more mobile, athletic and moving pretty well, he's been able to go against a really good pass rusher over there in Dallas, in Micah Parsons. So he's going to be prepared, but I offer a different flavor." The Browns are a 1.5-point home favorite for the matchup. Majority of Cowboys fans not feeling confident in direction of the team. This is going to shock you, but Dallas Cowboys fans are pretty down on the team right now. The Dallas Cowboys 2024 offseason is finally coming to an end. For some, it couldn't be soon enough. The Cowboys' offseason began seconds after they got thumped in the playoffs by the Green Bay Packers. That disappointing playoff loss might have set the tone for the offseason, and the Cowboys' front office didn't seem to do much to change the narrative. They might have even exacerbated the negative feelings with a questionable all-in comment from Jerry Jones that they didn't appear to follow through on. Of course, the long saga of contract extensions for CeeDee Lamb and Dak Prescott have hovered like storm clouds for many. The Cowboys' front office dragged their feet on Lamb, and as of this moment, are still dragging on Dak Prescott. The Cowboys also lived up to their reputation as cheap spenders in free agency. On the plus side, the front office looks to have a very promising draft class to lean on, with Tyler Guyton, Cooper Beebe, Marist Liufau, and Kalen Carson expected to play major roles. They also added some veterans late in training camp to try and plug some holes. All of this combined to create a disenchanted fan base. A team that is coming off 3 straight 12-win seasons would usually have positive feelings surrounding it. But the constant failure in the playoffs has overwhelmed those sentiments. We asked Cowboys fans if they were confident in the direction of the team. Only 41% of fans were confident. We also asked about the Cowboys' upcoming game versus the Cleveland Browns. The Cowboys are currently 2.5-point underdogs according to FanDuel. But a majority of Dallas fans think the team will prevail. It's not an overwhelming number, but 60% of fans think the Cowboys will pull off the upset in Week 1. What's your take on these results? Jerry Jones answers whether he would ever hire Deion Sanders as head coach. Would Jerry Jones ever hire Deion Sanders as head coach of the Dallas Cowboys? Stephen A. Smith asked JJ that very question, and his answer may come as a surprise. Let me throw this out at you, Jerry, Stephen A. Smith asked Jerry Jones. This is crazy. Crazy. I know this is, I can't even imagine it happening. What if I said to you, Jerry, Cowboys are going to lose again? And as a result, you're gonna find yourself feeling the need to make a change. And Jerry Jones decides one day down the road in the near future, assuming that he doesn't achieve the success that he covets, that he's going to hire prime-time Deion Sanders as a head coach. That would be crazy. Is Jerry Jones crazy enough to do something like that someday? Jones then proceeded to make it very clear where he stands on the possibility of hiring Deion Sanders as head coach of the Cowboys. No, but he does know how to spell well enough and not answer a hypothetical question, Jones replied. Hey, first of all, you are familiar with I'm going to use it, the love affair that we have. I have always admired him, both on and off the field. Some of the best stories that I have to tell about my time in sports have been Deion-type stories with Deion and Michael, Irvin, and those guys. Jerry Jones then went off in a tangent that was pretty clearly designed to avoid talking about hiring Deion Sanders as the Cowboys' head coach. I remember the one that I love the most is he came in to sign his big contract, $12 million bonus at the time, Jones recalled. I had put a total cash, out of my cash, $12 million down to buy the Cowboys, $12 million to buy the Cowboys. Now I didn't have to come up with the full $150, but I used all of my cash. Before I gave that to Deion Sanders, I went back to my hometown, Little Rock, Rose City, North Little Rock, and I walked down my old street. And I walked down it when that quarter and that dollar used to be everything. Walked down there, saw some old chips on a tree and on a telephone pole that I knocked out. I turned around and walked back because I wondered had something gotten over me, had I completely lost it to be thinking about paying a man $12 million bonus to do it. I walked by my old house, went back over, got on that plane, that was then, this is now. I'm going for it. Went over, met Deion at the stadium. Never forget. Came in, great to see him. The whole time we were waiting to go on stage and announce that he was going to be a Cowboy, he spent playing with that boy. And all he could pay attention to, had all these people around, it was that boy. And I said that's a heart I want to be around right there. He forgot to add, just not as the head coach of the Dallas Cowboys, but we get the gist of it.